Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks so much. I really appreciate now you taking the time to come and look at my video. I was just watching a video earlier, and the guy was talking about his 10 top double records. I said, well, I might have 10 double records. I don't have a lot of double records because, usually it's those live records that are the doubles. I've got some of those, but I didn't really include those. I tried to define, records that are true double records. There's a few out there, and I've got my top 10, and of course I got a few honorable mentions to go with that. Of course, it's when you've got some really good records, it's hard to make a top 10 list, as you know. So I wanted to say I've got my Steelworker Records t-shirt on today, and I'm sorry to say I'm not sporting my Macamania t-shirt, but yeah, we're working on that, folks. There's a video out that would like to know, would you like to get a Macamania t-shirt? And I'd like you to support my channel because I really want one of those t-shirts, folks. So I'm going to leave a link to Macamania's video where he's asking, does anybody really want a t-shirt? So we need to encourage him to make them. I think we're winning, but he does need some more support. If you've watched Vinyl Richie's videos, he's got the t-shirt that I really want, and so that's what we're trying to get made. And so it's only fair that Richard makes the t-shirts. He's on a fixed income. This way he can get some money in the PayPal and buy records. So that's a good thing, right? So I'll leave the link to his video. And if you haven't subscribed to Richard, hey, it's a good time to subscribe as well. Okay, what's the first record? That's a double record. That's one of the best ever. Hint, yeah, it's right in here, folks. Let's pop the top on this thing. Where is, oh, I see it. Because it's like a color, everybody knows what it's called, right? It's a certain color record. It's the White Album. You know what I was going to pull out, everybody. I think the Beatles only had one double record anyway. It's the White Album. What a great record, right? It's right up there for my favorite Beatle records. It's got so many good songs on this. Really one of my favorite records of all time right here, folks. And so I'm going to put it right back in here where it lives. Because it's cozy in here. Nice, perfectly. Oh, look how nice it fits in there. The top bit on. Okay, we'll put that back in there. Nice. Okay. Broke out the Beatle box, Rachel. Get that Beatle record out of there. Okay. Ooh. Heavy for an old man. Next up, gotta turn this around, folks. Break my record. Here we go. Look at that. Alice in Chains. Wow, this is another one of my favorite records. All these records are these double ones. These are really, really good records. I really love all of them, or they wouldn't get in here. And I think you're going to agree because a lot of you folks probably have a bunch of these records, and you're going to say, yeah, that's got to be in the top 10. Have you heard this record? Do you know this band? Music on Vinyl? Wow, Sonic Spectacular, folks. It's a You Are There record. It's an unplugged record. It's a little easier on the ears. And man, the sound on this thing, phenomenal. Love it. If you don't know about it, have a listen. It's like all these records I'm going to show. If you're not sure of the record, write the name down, make a little list, and go on YouTube and have a listen. See what y'all think. You got to have some Jimi Hendrix in here, folks. This came out as a double record, okay? People, Hell, and Angels. It's a newer release from, I think, about 3-4 years back. If they got it quick on here, I can look at it. It's actually 13. So yeah, it's getting up there. 8 years ago already. What a great record. This is like my favorite Jimi Hendrix record right here. I don't know where they come up and the family found all these new songs. They revisit a few, but most of the stuff is like new stuff. Earth Blues, Somewhere, Hearing My Train a-Comin', Bleeding Heart, Let Me Move You, Isabella, Easy Blues, Inside Out, Hey Gypsy Boy, Mojo Man, Junction Blues. I mean, you know, have you heard of all those Jimi Hendrix songs? No, you haven't. They are fantastic, my friends. And when they're mastered the way these are, man, this sound on this is the best ever. This is an audiophile record right here. Jimi Hendrix, People, Hell, and Angels. Amazing record right there, folks. Okay, you don't have to talk much about this, folks. This is the only live record I did put in here, because if you're going to mention great records, you got to have Stevie Ray Vaughan in there. Hello, right? So this came out as a double record, right? And so it makes the top 10. Here's a record. Look at this. Jethro Tull's going to make my list, of course. This is Living in the Past. This is kind of a compilation of sorts. I didn't really put any in these, but this came out as a record on its own with two records, a newer one and an older one and stuff. But I heard this record way back in the day before I heard some of the earlier stuff. This was one of the first records that I listened to back in, like, when it came out. My cousin had it, and I listened to it a lot at his place. And love this record, Living in the Past. Here's a newer record, Donald Fagan. I'm going to try to get some Steely Dan in there somehow. So this is Donald Fagan, Morph the Cat. Wow, audiophile record right here. Double record, you get twice the fun, twice the sonics. And you know, it's Donald Fagan, people. That's going to be a great record right here, as it is. And it really is one of those records. This stuff is jumping right off the speakers. And it's good. You know, it's Donald Fagan. It's going to be good music. If you don't know this one, have a listen. See if you like it. Okay, we got to have a little Porcupine Tree in there. In Absentia. Wow, what a great record. As, you know, Fear of a Blank Planet and Signify. And they all came out as double records. You know, I think originally it was on a CD, but when you're going to make a record, you're going to have two at that point, right? So these all came out as double records. And Porcupine Tree in Absentia. Great record. One of the few modern records I'm going to show up here that I, you know, love. So good. I'm cheating, folks. I know I'm cheating. But it did come out as a double record. A nice pair, right? Saucer Full of Secrets. And The Piper at the Gates of Dawn. Yeah, those are... I get so many favorite Pink Floyd, but those are two of my favorites, as they are of yours. But I got this nice, fancy, really good black Odeon label. Sounds so great. And A Saucer Full of Secrets, if a lot of you aren't familiar with some of that earlier Pink Floyd, have a listen to that LP Saucer Full of Secrets. You'll be surprised. It's not like Dark Side of the Moon. It's a lot of fun, folks. Okay, look, we have a double record from Led Zeppelin. And I don't have to go over the song list on this record, because Led Zeppelin could have easily made this into two separate records. Every song on here is great. Hit after hit after song after hit on this record. Both sides. I mean, that's hard to do for double records. They use, like that White Album. It's another one of those records. Every song is great. Here's another one like that. It's Led Zeppelin and the Beatles, right? That's who can do that stuff. This is Led Zeppelin in their prime right here. So, Physical Graffiti has got to make the list. Okay. You know, you got to have Neil Young in there somewhere. And this is live at Massey Hall. I mean, if you want that old school Neil Young, this is like 1971. He's doing all those hits from, 69, 70, 71, all the great stuff. And it's a live record. And it was one of the tapes that he had in his vault. And he released it. And man, I'll tell you what, this is one of those You Are There records. Because it's very intimate. It's him on the guitar and the harmonica on one record, and the other record it's him, he's on the piano. And he's singing all those great songs. They don't have, here, I'll say a couple of them. Tell Me Why, Old Man, Journey Through the Past, Helpless, Loving Mine, A Man Needs a Maid, Heart of Gold, Cowboy in the Sand. You know, I can go on and on, but you know all the songs. Fantastic. And the sound is so good. Yeah, so if you like all that, like I do, if you can find that, that's the one to get. All right, here we go. Frank Zappa. What's the best part of Frank Zappa? When he got out that guitar and started wailing on that thing. He is a virtuoso of the guitar, people. He's just not a crazy person singing funny songs. Wow, he can play the guitar. So you know what? They had a record came out, Shut Up and Play Your Guitar, but that was a 3 record. That didn't qualify. But hey, this is a little bit later. It's called Guitar, and it's a double record. Wow. The best of Frank Zappa, because he's just playing his guitar all the time. Okay, this is a double record. Kind of a not a double record, but it is 2 records. It's a 3-sided record. Johnny Winter with Edgar Winter. Second Winter. And I got this on the Friday Music. Wow. I had the Columbia 2i. This Friday Music record sounds a lot nicer. It's hard to beat a Columbia 2i, people. You know that. Johnny Winter, Second Winter. And of course, I had to throw some my prog in there, my Vandergraaf Generator. This was their live record, and it was a 2-record set. You can see right on there, 2 records. Very nice. A little prog in there. Tragically Hip, folks. Yeah, if I can get the Tragically Hip in any video, they're here. Okay. We Are the Same, and this is probably 7-8 years ago as well that I got this record. It's a double record. A lot of good songs on here. It's not quite as strong as those early 4, 5, 6 records they put out, but still really good. Really that great Tragically Hip sound. And you know, I love Roxy music. So how could I get some Roxy music in here? Bam. Here's a double record that came out on EG. And it's a compilation. I really didn't want to put compilations and such in here, but I want to get Roxy music in, folks. All the good stuff's on here. Come on. Not so much of the older stuff, but it's like Love is the Drug, Like a Hurricane, Both Ends Burning, Avalon, you know, Possible Guitar, Dance Away, Song for Europe. Come on. Wow. That's a great record. And you know, I love my Depeche Mode, and this came out as a double record, and really good. A lot of people don't give a lot of love to this, but you know, I bought the CD, and when it came out, and I played it in my car continually for like 6 months every day, kind of thing. The kids all know it by heart too. Yeah, good record. Really like that record. Then I went back to a little prog again. Talsvalian Presidenti. This features Jukka Tolman. Jukka Tolman, they're Finnish. This Jukka dude, man, he's like a virtuoso of the guitar. Acts so good on the guitar, folks. So it's Talsvalian Presidenti. This is their first one, and I've got 3 of their records. They're all really good, but this is the double record. This is the first one, so I got to pull this out. A little more prog in there again, and if you got a chance to pull a Morphine record out, yeah, I got this. Thanks, Nick Panzatti helped me get this record, man. That was great. Really helped, and your buddy out there. Thank your buddy again for helping me. Great record, and this is on the what is it again? Run Out Groove. Run Out Groove Records. They make records. They're a pressing plant, right? So this Morphine stuff is from the 90s. And what kind of records were they making in the 90s? Yeah, they weren't making records in the 90s. They were making CDs. And audiophile, everything was all digital. So they had a digital tape. So what did Run Out Groove did, they took the digital tape, they went to Memphis. There's a recording studio down there where their lathe, everything is all analog. They put that tape on there and they ran it through their whole analog to make a lacquer. And then Run Out Groove took that and they pressed these records. You know, they don't make a lot of them, but it's so nice. These Run Out Groove, it's all the tip-on jacket, you know, from City of Industry, It's a double record, live, morphine, so beautiful, and they sound. I mean, this is like Analog Productions quality, these things, the way Run Out Groove does it. Yeah, I just wanted to let you know how good this record is and how great it sounds. What a fantastic record that is. Then we have another wonderful sounding record. It's kind of a bluegrass feel. And we got Alison Krauss here, great voice, and all these fellas are great musicians. This is another, it's on a MoFi, of course. Wonderful music, wonderful sounding records, and it's, of course, a double record. And then, you know, they don't have a lot of double jazz records. I looked all through there. I didn't really see a lot, but I got my old Jazz at the Pawn Shop. This has been for 35 years now one of the best sounding records ever made. It's a live recording over there in Sweden. And wow, this thing, it's got all the people and the glasses clanking and different stuff. It's like you're in the club and there's a jazz band playing there. You can almost like smell the smoke and the whiskey and stuff. Man, it's great. And thanks so much for watching, everybody. Bye for now.